this thing on? God, I want to go look. Hold on a sec. I'm doing it on OBS Studio. Live, it says. Let me hear my own voice. Let me hear my own voice. Well, I hear it. It's quiet as hell. Okay, that's promising. So, where was this? There we go. I hope that's audible. I hope it's not really loud. Maybe I'll drop it just a little bit, so it's definitely not louder than me. Oh, look at this. Now that's a matchup right there. So my OBS Classic has finally stopped even letting me stream. I don't know if I changed some setting or if it's just not supported anymore. Kind of frustrating. Because I liked it. Anyway, now I'm on OBS Studio, which is actually supported. And it's a little bit more cumbersome. I've had OBS Studio forever, I just don't use it by default. I shouldn't even be starting to stream since I gotta be in bed soon. I'm waking up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Hi. My first week at the hospital just ended. And by just ended, I mean 3 days ago. That's what's going on in my life. I graduated my program, and then I got hired by a hospital, and I just finished my first week there. I still feel very green. I can do x-rays and shit. I know what a good x-ray looks like. I got a loose idea anyway. It went really well. It made me realize how fucking dysfunctional my last hospital was. How's the volume? You're the first one here. It's so scary how Hugo can just get next to you and then he can just command grab you. See all this blocking Makoto's doing? Any one of those could have been a command grab. Oh, it fell out. How come Makoto players never drop it when it's me? They always said that one frame link 100% of the time. If that was a cancel, it actually would have comboed. It was not, but Makoto pressed something. Or did something, I don't know. All you have to do is hold them back, so... Pretty ugly. That was nice. Well, it would have been. Oh yeah, it's also bullshit that Makoto can grab you. It's bullshit both of these characters can grab you. I think that might be... Oh, no, it hit. I had my doubts, but it comboed. Oh, that's beautiful. He actually had a super confirm there. That was also a super confirm if he blocked. Oh, that's good. That's a nice one. You certainly get a lot of punish opportunities versus Makoto. As long as you're right. Just be right. When fighting Makoto, be right. Oh, that was... I don't like when Makotos do the normal chop into super. I don't think it's very good. Normal chop is too much of a liability for other reasons. EX chop is quite usable, but unfortunately you can't do EX chop to super unless it's super 2. Hugo is probably the single least flowchartable character in this game. You have to respond a lot to what your opponent is doing. Depending on the range of that clap, ooh, it can take a pretty precise amount of running to get your Super 3 to combo. There's a good shot that I've already watched it, unless it's very new, because I've seen a lot of test videos of this game. But I'll hear what it is. That EX dash punch to catch the to punish the whiff clap was actually insanely good. That probably I had faith based on the last one, but he didn't get it. Not a combo, but it hit. Not a combo, but it hit. That's all that matters. That was the medium one. You don't see that one too often. Usually it's the light or the heavy. Can I just mouse over it and see what it is? I gotta open the map. Franker Face's control center. Alright, let me just click on it right quick. It is Combo Exhibition Act 1. I think I saw this just recently. I'm gonna scroll down, I'm gonna be like the top comment. Nope, I'm not even here. Alright, cool, thanks. I won't watch it right now, but I will watch it. Where were we? Nice frame. He like parried and then waited. See if there was like a cancel. Good night. Might be no one here. I want to talk about my hospital experience, but I might just be talking about it for YouTube. Not that I don't love the little YouTube guys. They're precious too. Even if I don't get to read their posts right away, I do get to read them. Excuse me. Oh, that snatched from so far. Oh, she's dead. My first day at the hospital was entirely HR stuff. I had to learn about HIPAA, I had to learn about hospital regulations, a couple other random things. I thought there would be some mandated reporter training, but there wasn't. The second day at the hospital, I had to learn some clinical stuff for the first 3 hours, like how to do CPR, which I already know. I'm a BLS, basic life support. I had to learn how to hook up EKG wires, which is a useful skill because you often have to take them off for some reason or another. And so being able to put them back on is very useful. Certainly as an X-ray tech, I've taken them off before. Someone's like, hey, I can't get my bra off because the EKG wires are on, and they were put on through the bra or whatever. And I'm just like, well, you know, the bra needs to come off for our X-ray, so let me just disconnect these wires and then leave the room. And then it's like, where did the wires go? Patient's bottom left is red. Patient's top left is black. Patient's bottom right is green. Patient's top right is white. Patient center, if a center exists, is brown. Anyway, I did that for 3 hours, and then oh, it's Cho. I read hospital policy for the next 5 in the apartment, so I got to actually meet people on my second day. Well, I met a person, I met my supervisor. And then what else? On day 3, I actually shot x-rays. This was Wednesday. We went up to do a couple portables. My very first x-rays that came in, both came into the department on, like, you know, gurneys. My very, very first one back, after 3 months of shooting no x-rays, I did a pelvis, and I did a really shit pelvis. Hi. And my fucking supervisor watched me shoot it, and then, like, winced. It was a pelvis with frog, and then, what? A spine? I don't remember. That was a shoulder. And I didn't know the routine for a shoulder because it's different depending on the hospital. But then when they told me what the shots were, I shot perfect ones. And then I shot very good x-rays for the rest of the day for the most part. But it was kind of annoying that the pelvis I did was not very good. I was just in the ED, shooting x-rays, chest x-rays, and saying hi to patients. Their ED is fucking big. Let me give some of my impressions of this fucking hospital. The hospital I came from originally, my Saddleback one. The hospital I was at before the one I'm at now is, ooh, nice catch. 31 beds in the ED, and this one is 58, with 54 in regular usage. And, what you would do at my last hospital was you would see there were some people in the ED who needed x-rays, and then you'd mill around a little bit waiting to see if more would show up or whether they'd get rooms or whether you'd have to get them in the lobby or whatever. And then after like 10 minutes it'd be like, well, you know, I should probably go shoot that. Well, that's what it's like for all the other people in my department, but I was a student, so what it was like for me was just basically like a fucking dog sitting next to the backyard, the door to the backyard. I'm not saying anything, I'm not bringing any attention to myself, but I'm waiting to see if anyone goes somewhere so I can fucking go with them. That was dog mode. I had that dog in me. Anyway, you'd go and shoot your 3 x-rays in the ED once 3 managed to amass at the same time. Or, you know, if someone was just there for like 15 minutes more, I'd be like, I better shoot that. And then you'd head over there and shoot it. Tommy, where's the pink? This ain't no Tommy. At this hospital, because they got so many fucking ED beds, you go over to the ED and there's like fucking seven x-rays at once. And so you print them all up and then you go shoot them all, but the process of doing 7 portable x-rays, it's not slow, but it's not fast. And by the time you finish shooting them all, you go back to your fucking radiology room in the ED, because they have a couple of them there. And then it's like, oh shit, because 7 more have printed up while you were gone. And then you figure that shit out. And then you go and shoot them. And then there's 7 more by the time you get back. And it's just like, well, I guess I'm just working continuously all the time I'm in the ED. So there's basically always someone at the ED. And the only reason you go there is to relieve the person who's been there for like the last 2 hours. Shit, there's only 7 colors in this game. Everyone fucking wears the same colors. Oh, the dolphin. Tatsukeki. I love that fear struggle you get in this matchup. I think you get that versus Q as well. It's cool looking. I don't know if it's damage optimal. Seems like it would be, based on her other juggles. It seems like it would be a lot stronger than fucking towards light kick. I imagine it's stronger than light dash punch. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so I basically, there's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was just in the ED. And then anytime it was like my break time or my lunch time, I would leave. Nice. And then I would just come back and go straight back to the ED. And I was supposed to be shadowing people, and I was here and there. But eventually it was just like, hey, I need to go on break. And I'm like, okay, I'll hold it down over here, I say. And then it's just me alone in the ED because no one comes to relieve that guy. And I just go and shoot x-rays by myself, which I'm now qualified legally to do. Wheel my fucking portable x-ray machine over, shoot some x-rays, and then fucking wheel it back. Overall, it went well. I am here and there a gamer. But, like, I literally realized on Friday, like, they told me to shadow people and to only work with certain people, not work with people who are training and not work with people who are students. But, Friday, the very first thing I do in the morning, I get at 6:30, and it's like the next person who's I'm supposed to be shadowing shows up at 7, and come 6:40, the fucking senior tech there just looks over at me. It's like, hey, do you know where ED is? And I'm like, yeah. And there's a woman, actually. She's like, can you go to bed 34 and shoot an x-ray, chest x-ray? And I'm like, sure. And so I go and I do it, and I'm just alone. Nothing weird happened. I got a good chest x-ray. Then I came back and I filled in the paperwork for it. And then, you know, 10 minutes later, my fucking person I'm supposed to be shadowing shows up. But I only shadowed him for the first, like, 2 hours of the day. And the rest of the day, I just did fucking stuff. I like the job a lot. I'm not doing everything yet. Right now, I'm only doing portables and stuff in the ED. The first 2 weeks, that's all I'm doing. And it's just to train me with the repetition, and then to get me to learn the layout of the hospital, because this hospital is fucking big. I spend like half my time walking. And then my third and fourth week are supposed to be all fluoro, and they have to verify that I know how to do every single kind of fluoro exam by myself. And then my fifth and sixth week are all OR, and they're supposed to verify I know how to do all the OR by myself. And I don't have that much experience with OR. But I've been told that all the surgeons are extremely chill. So I'm just going to walk in there with my C-arm and be like, hey, it's my first time. Tell me where you want the C-arm and I'll put it there. Yes. Yeah, happy little jabs. Anyway, I'm pretty nervous about week 5 and 6 with the OR stuff. It's really annoying doing OR and being the dumbest person in the room, but everyone I talk to is like, yeah, I don't love OR, which makes me feel right at home. And apparently all the surgeons are pretty cool. They were like, most of the surgeons were pretty mean. Alright, settle back. Oh yes, super should be heavy punch plus the special move button plus a direction. Excuse me, heavy plus the special move button plus a direction. There's your universal input. He just did it. Mans just did it. Anyway, I don't want to talk about fighting games, I want to talk about the hospital. Oh. I had a couple hiccups here and there on Friday. It went overall pretty well. Dude, he got 2 separate Fukiages. That shit's hard to land. I had 2 people come in on Friday for facial bones plus nasal bones. Which is... I don't know how often this hospital orders it, but normally that's a pretty rare order. And I looked up the routine. Well, I was told the routine would be more accurate. And it was... Caldwell, PA Caldwell, PA Waters, AP Towns, both laterals, and then an SMV. It was a 6 X-ray skull series. So in the diagnostic X-ray scene, in the career of diagnostic X-ray, that's gonna kill. About 80% of people are even willing to do skull X-rays. So there's like 20% who just fall off. They're just like, they just don't want to do skull X-rays. They're just like, if there's any other tech present, it's like, hey, can you do these skull X-rays? I don't want to do them, or I don't remember how to do them. Is a very common one, because they just avoid every single time they have to do them, and then they actually forget because they're kind of complicated. You have to learn a lot of like the skull is X-raying the skull is not like X-raying any other bone, because the skull is basically approximately spherical, and it's hard to individualize the various bones in it. Ask me how many bones are in the skull. 22, give or take. Depends on whether we're counting the hyoid. Depends on how many of the C-spine we're counting. I was counting 0. Oh, he probably can block it. Ugh. Clap not possible unless you parry. Anyway, I'm actually very good with my skull X-rays. For example, the Caldwell, PA Caldwell, is angled 15 degrees downward, exiting the nasion, OML perpendicular to the board, and collimated on all 4 sides to include the orbital floor and outer margins of the cranium. That's a Caldwell. I can do that with all the 6 X-rays I just mentioned. So the guy I was with was like telling me how to look up protocols if you don't know them, and he told me outright. He's like, yeah, I don't know the protocol for like facial bones plus nasal bones. And then he got that list, he wrote it all down. That's the same question. You just type the same question twice. Aligning a skull X-ray is getting the patient to cooperate. You want the patient to hold very still for those, and they don't want to hold still for whatever fucking reason. Anyway, he told me how to look up, like, how to do X-rays, and I'm like, I just know how to do all these X-rays. And he's like, you sure? And I'm like, yeah, like, let me do it. I'll just do all my fucking, I'll do all the whole fucking skull series. They're all stupid. Every one of my patients is really fucking dumb. All of them. Literally all of them. Anyway, this was an 11-year-old, and there's like an additional complication towards X-raying children. A lot of people don't like X-raying kids. And this was a skull series on kids, because the kid, not to violate HIPAA or anything, but a soccer ball hit this kid in the face pretty hard. And, oh, nothing, no commitment. Makoto's punish damage is weirdly not that high if she's not running Super 2. Or if she doesn't have Super in general, I should say. Nice catch. Nice catch. Anyway, I did all of them, and actually it's the first time in my life I've ever done an SMB shot because it wasn't part of the protocols at either of the previous hospitals I worked at. But I know how to do them, and I shot one, and it came out well. We did have a couple of repeats, mostly 2 of them were because the patient just moved. He was an 11-year-old, you know, he's gonna move. And then one of them we just didn't really like our shot, so we did another. So we had 3 repeats total on our 6 X-ray skull series. But the ones where the patient moves, you don't really have a lot of, like, you know, if that happens, it happens. It's not your fault. So 1 repeat on a 6 X-ray series that was my fault it's not bad. It's ideal to have 0, but 1 is, you know, within the expected margin of error. And by the end of it, the guy I was with was, like, really impressed. I think he thought that would kill. Hugo could actually make that be different parry timings depending on what he did there. Yes, this is my first full-time red tech job. I was a student before this. I didn't play super well. I was too insistent to not change my game plan. I thought if I just had the stars align, I would start landing all these hits against him. But I should have played more anti-him, instead of just trying to refuse to change. I didn't play very well. I just made bad decisions. He played pretty good. He played better than last time I played him. I think he probably did a little bit of research on the matchup. Hard to say though. Maybe he was drunk the fucking last time I played him. Anyway, what was I gonna say? By the end of it, the tech I was with was asking me how to do Caldwell and stuff like that. He was like, so what's a Caldwell again? What's a Towns again? I don't shoot very many Towns either. That wasn't part of our protocol. Almost always when I did skull X-rays at my last locations, they were for sinuses. And the sinus X-ray series we did was lateral unaffected side and then Waters plus Caldwell. So there was no Towns, there was no SMV. No mandible x-rays. No axiolateral anything. He was playing pretty risky, yeah. Normally that's really horrible versus Aura. But, you know, the risks he took were calculated. And overall were pretty good. Caldwell is indeed what I'm saying. That's what they call that x-ray. I don't know who it's named after, some fucking guy. Who decided how you're supposed to shoot a PA cranium. And then the same routine came in later with a different tech. And I shot it for that one as well. So I got to shoot 2 skull series. I love shooting skulls. And it's especially good because almost everyone I work with hates shooting skulls. So I get to, like, they're impressed with me. I, like, immediately get on people's good side. Because, like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Oh yeah, let me do the skull. There is a lot of memorization to skulls. I just did the memorization, so I'm set. I never watch any medical shows. Every now and then there's a radiology subreddit and people will post stuff like from like Grey's Anatomy. You know, it'll be like, what do you guys think of this x-ray in the background? And then it'll be like the worst x-ray I've ever seen in my life. I'd show you guys pictures if you guys could see my cell phone. I'm holding it out. Can anyone see it? Just kidding, I'm not holding it out. I don't even know where it is. Oh, it's right in front of me. I saw recently someone on r/radiology posted up a yeah, they were a patient who went to an outpatient clinic. Oh, sad. Oh, no punish. Come on, we're better than that. He went to an outpatient clinic and he got a pinky x-ray. They did 2 x-rays, which is less than you typically do for a pinky. So if you don't know, outpatient clinics typically hire limited techs, and limited techs don't have to do the same amount of schooling, but they are more limited in what kind of x-rays they're allowed to shoot. They're allowed to do chest x-rays plus some extremities. So they can't do like spines or pelvises or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I never really thought about it. Abdomen? Maybe they can do abdomen, I don't know. Anyway, the guy came in with a pinky x-ray, or injured pinky, and he got x-rayed. And they did a PA plus lateral pinky. Found any parasites? No. Maybe. The patient is typically diagnosed after I'm already done seeing them, so I don't usually see the diagnosis. Dude, that's me. That's me in the corner of the x-ray room. They don't know I'm kind of good at fighting games. Precisely me. Imagine going to the hospital and getting a fucking bunch of x-rays, and then it's fucking Bafael from YouTube. Be hitting people with IRL unblockables, etc. Anyway, what was I talking about? Someone came into a limited tech for a pinky x-ray. Yes, I technically have a button on a stick, which could be called a joystick in a way. And they got the pinky x-ray. If I shot this pinky x-ray, my CI would have taken me out to the parking lot and shot me in the back of the head while I was kneeling. I would have been put down if I shot this x-ray. It was so fucking bad. They didn't collimate it at all. It was a 17 by 17 for a pinky. And the guy's arm was just in the center of it. So, like, literally you could see all the way up to the fucking, like, intermediate forearm. Is Hugo bad or not is a question that people still don't know the answer to. This is probably gonna kill. And I'm just imagining the doctor being like, you know, fucking 2 view pinky x-ray include fucking distal forearm. The thing about that, there's a couple. Let me attempt to explain what's going on with Hugo in this game. Hugo, you have to fight unlike every other character in the game. So there's a big matchup knowledge question going on behind the scenes. Additionally, while Hugo is not especially great, he has an answer to just about everything. It's just the answers are very specific. So he's mathematically not as good as other characters. And oftentimes the answers aren't very good. Like, Hugo can counterpoke a lot of fireballs with like a low light punch or a low medium punch or whatever, but he just gets the damage of a low light punch, which is just not very strong. And there's no like cancel or anything from that far out. I think I've also talked about this, but some of Hugo's attacks are kind of easier to parry than a lot of other characters. Reactable. Which makes it so it's difficult for him to use those attacks at all. Which kind of limits what he's able to do. Additionally, he doesn't have that much canceling, so if you do parry like a stand hard punch, he can't do anything. He just has to eat your punish. Various other characters have ways to mix up their, you know. You don't have to, like, you know, if it's like Ryu doing his overhead. If you don't react to the fact that it's an overhead and you do like stand hard punch after the first parry, you'll eat the second hit. He can SA1 your parry if you parry a clap. That is a real thing. Now, the things that make Hugo good are that he gets quite a lot of damage and quite a lot of leeway with his own parries. So even if a parry is not the greatest parry ever, like if you get it like a mid-range low parry or something like that, it's typically a little hard to follow up. Hugo can often get something decent anyway. Not always. It depends on the character, depends on the parry. But maybe you'll get an SPD, like a light SPD. Maybe you'll get like a clap. Hugo gets paid off a lot for his parries compared to other characters. It's partially because his damage is high, and partially because his punish things are a little bit forgiving. So if the Hugo player is really good at shutting down you, he can really make you hurt for it. Nice. And there's also just that Hugo's skill ceiling is really high. A lot of Hugo players aren't good at like the multi-clap combos or recognizing when they're available. And then when you fight the one that is good at both those things, it's like, oh shit. Like, I remember watching a Hugo mirror where one of the Hugos did down hard punch for some godforsaken reason, and the other one low parried it just by happenstance. And then punished with 3 claps because it was crouching opponent, and down heavy punch is slow enough that you can punish with heavy clap. And 1, that's pretty difficult to do, and 2, it's somewhat difficult to recognize the opportunity. And there's a lot of stuff like that. Every matchup, every punish is like that. It's like, can you punish with this? Jump light punch and jump medium punch have very nice hitboxes for Hugo. Jump heavy punch is a very nice hitbox as well, actually. But it's a very different kind of nice hitbox. Jump down heavy punch has an okay hitbox, but a fantastic hurtbox. It's a fat cross-up. The behind him hitbox is so much better than... It's like the best cross-up in the game, probably. The neutral application of SA1 is better than SA3 Necro. It's just that overall there's more confirms for SA3, and then it's more rewarding on hit. SA3 is Necro's best super, but SA1 is probably better, at least in some matchups, or an argument can be made that it could be used in any matchup. It does actually have quite good neutral application. I'm about equally afraid of both. That's typically a nice metric. It depends on what character you play. But as an Aura player, they fill me with the same amount of dread. That's like a nice metric in any fighting game. How much dread does it fill you with? If you don't feel dreadful at all about something, that probably means it's one of your good matchups. Or it's something that's not very effective against your character. Wow, that's gonna kill. Back heavy kick is a great normal. I didn't realize we'd get a matchup that's just Hugo versus Makoto, and the Hugo would just win every time. I love those combos. He dropped it. In this game, Hugo can juggle after his neutral throw in the corner. For whatever reason, in Street Fighter 4, they translated it as him juggling out of Meat Squasher. Well, him OTGing out of Meat Squasher. Entire thing was weird. Oh, and Alex. Ultra Throw is extremely fun. It's one of the most fun parts of Hugo. Just the very basic combo of Ultra Throw into Shoot Down Backbreaker is very fun. But then there's actually a lot of variation based on where you land it and what you're trying to do. Oh, this fucking Dizzy bar and this health bar. My man's getting murdered. Hugo's Dizzy is pretty high for certain things, but it's fairly well distributed. It's not like most of his attacks don't have super high Dizzy. This is like a King of the Hill. I don't know if it's a tournament per se, but the format, if it is a tournament, the format is King of the Hill. That kind of thing used to be more common back when people were just playing on OG hardware. Back before console versions. Because it would work well with the settings that were already the defaults. And then maybe they would tally up who had the most wins at the end and shit like that. Whoa.
Now, find a new rival. Welcome to the world of Street Fighter 3. Prepare for battle. Well, I got the picture. Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh, he snatched. Just reversal jab. I don't even think Rose jab would hit. Non-EX Lariat's such a shit move. Every character in this game is very cool. For having such a small roster, there are a lot of people who play a lot of characters.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Yeah, DD2 sucks ass. He broke the code. Alex has 6 special moves, and like 4 of them are good. Nice. Maybe 3. Stomp has niche uses, but is a liability outside of those scenarios. DDT is basically just an anti-high parry, which he can already do with back heavy punch. Chop is good. Light and EX chop are good anyway. Medium and heavy are situational. Slash elbow is quite decent. Matchup dependent though. What else is there? The knee shot and the command grab. Command grab's good. The knee shot is okay. It's not horrible, but it's usually worse than you think it would be. It's parryable and the hitbox can be kind of suspect. This matchup is usually regarded to not be that bad for Hugo. Can I mod this game? People have done exactly what you're describing. Forward Strike has an EX SVD and it has armor. I like the way this Yun is playing.
Are you ready? Go.
Oh, that was a raw shoulder. I do not like shoulder neutral. I think it's a huge liability. Not a great punish, but not horrible. This is pretty bad for Hugo. Oh, that was... Whoa. Ooh, that's scary. When the Yun players are willing to dash punch, it's very terrifying, even though it's usually shitty. This is gonna do an ass ton. This does a little over, this is like 75% of fucking Yun's health. Oh, that was such a shit punish. It wasn't over if he punished that properly, but it certainly helped. So you go in a pretty dire straight. I think overall I favor Yun in this state of the match. Oh, that was nice. That was a nice dash punch. Yeah, this is over. Once Hugo was blocking in the Ganadrian, it was very unlikely to make any kind of comeback. I shouldn't call it comeback in order to find a hit. These are well placed dive kicks. Very well placed. Uh-oh, that wastes all the Gane timer. That's nice. Yun's Yoho is just aesthetically nice. I thought I'd putting Yang on my white woman normals. I ended up putting Zeku in the spot, but I think Yang would have been funnier there. Yang has white woman normals. Don't even try to debate it, you know it to be true. That was nice. That micro walk into close medium kick catching the throw. There's a very precise spot where you can kind of stand and a very precise timing you can attack that'll catch people doing defensive throws on wake up. Where you'll be unthrowable and also you'll be hitting them with stuff. Things are going great. You missed me talking about my hospital. I didn't finish talking about it, but I talked about it a good amount. I think I have other things I didn't talk about with it. The routines are different than my previous hospitals, which is taking some getting used to. It's a four shot X-ray for the knee, for example. But the knee routine is just super fucking whack compared to what I'm used to. It is... I used to do AP, lateral, and then 2 obliques for my knee X-ray series at my previous hospital. And the current one is AP and lateral, and then a sunrise view and a tunnel view. Which is extremely whack. That being said, I have not actually shot a knee X-ray since I got to the new location. White Woman Normals is a whole vibe. I'm sure you guys have noticed there's like a general theme going on with that kind of character. With the various Lily Rockeforts of fighting games. It goes well beyond a particular style of sweep. Don't ask me any under night and birth questions.
Prepare to strike now.
You can be a white woman and not have white woman normals. My example in my meme was area from Street Fighter EX.
Prepare to strike. Now.
I have a Jello pudding snack here. I'm treating myself. And I ate my dinner with a fork, and now I'm trying to eat this Jello pudding snack with a fork. I can get most of it, but not all of it. Who here knows my suffering? Who here has stood where I stand? I could have gotten a spoon, but I didn't want to wash a spoon. I was like, yeah, I'll do it with my fork. I already have a fork. Terry's next.
Final round. Engage.
Helping to see on Elena? I don't know. I wouldn't mind if healing's missing. I think it would be safe if they didn't include healing. I just want cool combos. Whoa. Hello.
You win. Now. Into the heat of battle.
I'm excited to go to work tomorrow, but also I don't really want to go to work tomorrow. Who here knows that feel? I'm more dreading a week from now, where I'm going to be going into work to do fluoro. Even though fluoro is very easy. It's been such a long time since I've done it. And it's a new hospital, so I need to be ready for the new routines. Most fluoro is very fucking easy, though. It's just about asking the right questions and then being able to operate a fluoro table. But I haven't actually used the new fluoro tables. They're not new at all, but they're new to me. I like the way this Yun plays. I've like kind of come around to Yun a little bit. In the beginning I was like, wow, Yun's so cool. And then I went through a period of like, wow, I'm seeing way too much Yun, this character's bullshit. What kind of punish is that? Yun players are crazy. They block Makoto SA1 and punish with low short dash punch. That's not how we play this game. Do you know what a fluoro is? That was actually not a combo. EX dash punch is not very fast. I think you can combo into it, maybe from the light punch TC, I don't know. Fluoroscopy is like a very low-powered, continuous X-ray series. There are special tables that do fluoroscopy shots. So it shoots like a weak X-ray every so-and-so, like several times a second. And that basically gives you a live feed of someone's innards. If you're getting like 2 to 3 X-rays per second. And then that helps you with, I liked Dead Rising 1. I didn't play the others. That lets you see certain things as they happen, which can be very helpful in the diagnostic sense. For example, if someone has a catheter, you can put IceView up their catheter so that it fills their bladder. And then you can shoot fluoro on their bladder as it fills and as it empties to see whether the bladder is fully contained. See whether there's any leakage into the surrounding tissue from the ureters, the bladder, or the urethra. And if there isn't, you can say to the patient, hey, I think it's probably okay if we take out your catheter. And then the patient's like, oh my god, thank god. I hate this catheter. Swallowing studies are all done fluoroscopically. Surgery is done fluoroscopically. What are some others? Those are the main ones. Needle insertion for particular things such as a lumbar puncture, also known as a spinal tap. It's done fluoroscopically. We didn't do spinal taps at my last hospital, so I'm going to have to relearn those. I don't know what questions to ask the patient prior to the exam, so I'm going to have to download all the fluoroscopic procedure protocol books and memorize them. I know you have to tell the patient that there's a risk of infection because you're having a needle puncture the skin. There's certain things you have to disclose to the patient for each exam. The risks. So your responsibility as a medical care provider to tell the patient the potential downsides of the treatment they're receiving. Nice. A fluoroscope is a phrase that I've never heard someone say, but theoretically it would be the name of these things that I'm describing. We usually call them a fluoroscopy table or perhaps a C-arm, depending on which one it is. Or an O-arm, I guess. There are lots of ways you can make funny skeleton films. CT will do it. MRI will do it. Diagnostic X-ray will do it. Potential max frame rate. I think ours cap at 6 per second at my last hospital. But I'm sure there's some that go to 8, and I'm sure there's some that are even higher frequency than that. I think a lot have a high frequency mode, but I haven't really ever had to play with that. I don't like when Makoto players do the full screen EX-punch. You often don't need a whole lot. No, it's faster than what I'm describing. I'm describing the mode where you can shoot X-rays with a fluoroscopy table. When you're actually doing fluoroscopy, it's actually faster than that. Although I don't know the speed. It could be like 15 per second or something like that, I don't know. I think I recognize my own skull in the lineup. Actually, sincerely, honestly, no. It's hard to even recognize them as skulls. A lot of skull X-rays look really funny. Hop on Google right now and look up a Waters X-ray. It looks like a little alien.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Towns is also a pretty funny looking X-ray. Google search Towns X-ray. Waters is, my opinion, the funniest looking X-ray. Whoa. Oh my god, wasn't he dead? I think he was dead. I think she didn't need the second command grab. I think she just had stand fierce into fierce dash punch into super. Panoramic dental X-rays do look funny, I see those. An Ulioth zombie! Good old low medium kick Hadoken. The staple, the standard. That combo is actually not that great in this game. I played a fairly decent Ryu just the past couple days, playing Denjin Ryu. It was Green Joker. He was playing pretty nice. I was playing pretty stupid. I think we went even. We had like the same number of wins and losses when we stopped. Usually I kind of come out a little ahead. But he played nice this time. Or maybe I didn't. That is horrible. That's wild that it kept making the noise. Cool bug. Reversal Denshin is so bad. He won though.
You win. Now,
Denshin's like bottom 1 for reversal supers in this game.
battle. Go for it.
Unless the opponent's at like 90% of their dizzy bar. Then it's okay. Still not great. Nice. That's great.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Denshin is super cool, yeah. That was probably intended to be DP. It's hard to say though. Anti-air fireball is a real thing that you would occasionally do if you knew the opponent was going to come down with an air parry. That was nice. Denshin is actually a pretty big threat if he gets a little bit more meter. He can block string into it. Now it's a huge threat. Now it's over.
You win. Now,
Denshin is probably like one of the most interesting things in this whole game. The depth of strategy is quite high, but you can make it work even if you're not doing anything super duper crazy as long as you've got a couple general concepts. But I often talk about how I think one of the really shining aspects of Ryu's character is that the fundamental way you play the whole character changes based on any of his 3 supers.
into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Yeah, it is. This is like what you want to leave your opponent at. That was not ideal though. It's not an ideal dizzy. You want your Denshin to be safe, and you want it to leave your opponent at like just a touch shy of being dizzy. Unless the opponent would die to a combo, in which case you want the Denshin to dizzy him. I like Denshin charge the move in SF6. But Denshin, ugh, that was a punish. Denshin is unsafe on a hit until about like level 4. I don't know when it becomes safe on hit. It might always be unsafe on hit if it hits a grounded opponent. It just becomes safe by the merit of dizzying the opponent.
You win.
As long as parry doesn't exist, Denshin is not going to be interesting. Denshin and parry are built for each other. Nice. This is not a great Denshin. It would hit. If it hits, that's decent. The thing is, it didn't do that much damage, and there was no actual threat of dizzy, because her HP was so low. Yes. In fact, he can probably do things better than SA3. He can probably just do low medium kick. That looks pretty good. Didn't pan out.
You win.
Denshin resetting your bar to 0 is one of the shining aspects of its design, I feel.
Now,
And also, it's relatively short bar. You can build a Denshin pretty quickly. Especially because often when you get a stun, you get a decent amount of meter back with your follow-up combo. That's one of the funny things about Denshin is sometimes your opponent can punish it with like an OS. Sometimes they can try and punish you if you don't, as though you're not releasing, and then even if you release, they can still get a different punish on reaction. So Ken, let's say, if he's not dizzy to a 3-hit Denshin, and you do a Denjin point blank, he can just walk up to you and try and strong fierce you. And if he on the way in gets hit by a Denjin, it'll be a low enough charge that he can still punish it. There are scenarios like that. It's hard to describe one, but it's easy to describe one when you can see one. If Denjin doesn't dizzy, like here, that was probably a punish. But even if Makoto ate that Denjin, if she tried to punish right away, then Ryu couldn't hold it because he would eat the punish. And if he released in time to hit her attempted punish, he would be unsafe and she'd be able to punish it with like command grab or something. In the context we just saw, Makoto had a catch-all punish because she wasn't dizzy to the Denjin. If they are dead dizzy to the Denjin, it's a radically different story. Because he can build level 3 Denjin pretty quick. Ryu does have some Denjin trade combos. They're pretty cool. A really common one you see is, I shouldn't say common, it's not common, but if a Ken tries to Shippu you while you're charging Denjin, you can just release the button during the freeze, and the Denjin will trade with Ken Shippu, and Ryu can combo out of the Denjin hits. Ryu's Catch Heavy Punch is a great button. It feels very satisfying to land into like his Heavy Tatsu or something. Plus Heavy Punch is great too. Ryu has really fast fierces, which is very satisfying when you're playing him. It feels so good to just do jump hard kick, like close hard punch or crouch hard punch in this game as Ryu. Those kinds of combos are typically kind of hard to do for other characters, but Ryu just hits it free. Well, if he doesn't hit it, it's a range limiting issue. Look at that. He had cancelled the Denjin potentially there. Notice Yun playing maybe a little too respectful with that parry on the fireball. But getting on the fireball, he had to like do a jump dive kick, which was kind of awkward and potentially could get hit. Or shoulder under it, which was even more awkward. Nice Crouch Fierce. Crouch Fierce is a reliable anti-air in this game. However, it is parryable. And bad things can happen if it gets parried. That being said, it cancels, so if the opponent parries you, you can potentially cancel it to an EX Fireball. Or a Tatsu, or an uppercut. SA2, I don't know. SA1. Those all sound really good, but they won't always be. And Crouch Fierce is not 100% reliable, as we just saw. Just generally strong. It's one of the better anti-air normals. That was a punish. You see that? See how she tried to punish Ryu? By just dashing in and grabbing him or whatever? And then even when he released Denjin, she still got a punish on him. We saw it. It was just an unsafe Denjin. Now granted, she did eat a small amount of damage and a large amount of dizzy, but it looks like the dizzy won't be a big factor. That's nice. EXDP for the statement. If you're playing Ryu, you gotta make a statement. We all know what that EXDP meant. It meant get down. It meant show yourself out. I firmly believe if you've got a scenario where you can kill someone with anything, you should kill them with something that you would never do in any other context. Also cancels the EX Fireball from lights are not a thing in this game. But Ryu doesn't really have anything he can do after 3 Coach Light Kicks if he's running Denjin. The combo ends there. 3 Coach Light Kicks into nothing. Okay. Having no conventional combo enders with oh, she shook out. With engine is a real issue sometimes.
You win.
Neutral throw into DP before KO screen, that's a thing? I don't think it is. With back throw it is.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Neutral throw does damage as it hits. Yes. Makoto was originally conceived as Ryu's sister, and then later as Goken's daughter or granddaughter. Goken's win quotes with her, and her win quotes with Goken. I think there's like one each that kind of loosely reference that in SF4. Goken has a line that ambiguously has her being his granddaughter, and she has a line with him that's like, "You look like my grandpa," or something. Most of Goken's kit is a reference to Ryu and Ken, but the things that are unique oftentimes come from Makoto for what it's worth, such as the weird crouch medium kick. There's a couple others. Ryu's bag is soulful, you're right. That's like every worldly position he has.
Now.
I also like that it falls over.
Prepare to strike. Now.
Everyone watch the bag for this round. Still standing. Still standing. Oh, what a good little bag it is.
Are you ready?
Oh shit. Not oh shit, just oh shit. Yo, I think this bag might survive the events of this round. Oh, that was a free one.
You win. Battle.
Alright, everyone keep watching that bag, okay? Pay no attention to the round, only look at the bag.
Go.
Dude, who does that? That's a lot of dizzy, holy shit. Oh my god, dizzied with no dension required. And then he got neutral jump instead of forward jump.
Alright, that's cool. Prepare to strike. Now.
Dude, the bag actually be like that Moai fucking emo. Oh, there it goes, it fell. Makoto fell over closer enough to the bag that the bag fell over. Someone get us a Moai emote that's fucking tipped over. Tatsu is weirdly hard to punish in this game if you duck it. Oh, the counter statement was made. Makoto saved the meter, that was greedy.
Final round. Engage.
Nice dashes. Ryu's dash is really fucking fast. It's tied for fastest in the game actually. In terms of total duration. I don't like this. Makoto keeps doing that, but he keeps on not getting punished for it, so whatever. I do not like this tension. It worked though. That overhead does decent dizzy, so a lot of replayers go crazy with it once they almost dizzy the opponent. Dude, that's the bag right now. That's what the bag looks like. Bag be like, and then it's squished Moko. Whoa, that shit fell over on its own.
Are you ready? Go.
I forgot I could do that. RIP the bag, squished Moko. Bag bro's real quiet ever since the bag tipped over. Bag bro's seething.
Right, that's cool. Prepare to strike. Now.
Ugh. Oh. Damn, replay is really just dash in, then mash close hard punch. Oh, he's done. Bag Bros on suicide watch. Bag chuds. Nice. Oh, that engine is a huge threat. Yup. Over.
Prepare to strike. Now.
The bag lives. It's back up right. Oh, there it goes. This game truly does have, as they say, soul. Yeah, we're on like a little fucking roof over the alleys of fucking Hong Kong. Nice. The bag canonically contains foreign money, a sleeping bag, I think some food. What else? Ryu doesn't have that many possessions. Let's just say I hope there's soap in there. Nice. Challenged. Ryu is very tempted to hold it because you get more hits out of it and it changes the parry timing. That's the important thing. If someone parries right away, then they can't parry a slightly held dungeon. But if Ryu's gonna hold it, you can potentially hit him.
Final round. Now.
Oh, that was probably really minus. Good old DP. I think positioning of Tatsu was not ideal. That's an interesting one to activate. I was wondering whether you could pick up a combo there, but it didn't look possible. If you cancel a shoulder, obviously you can get a juggle. I don't think I've ever seen a Yan player do like a non-light shoulder cancel to... No, it's a lie. I've seen it. It's a complete lie. I can think of a lot of times I see it. They normally just do it raw. Whoa. You can OS a parry there, and why wouldn't you? I do that myself sometimes, and it always looks really funny when the Makoto drops the combo. You can do it after any of her common super confirms. It's not free, because if you OS a parry and she command grabs you, which she could do after a dash punch for example, or a stand medium punch or a crouch medium kick or whatever else, then you ate it because you're too busy OSing a parry. Non-EX chop is reaction parryable. It's not very hard, I usually do it. However, Makoto can complicate things if she has super because she can potentially super cancel it. But theoretically you can just wait. Oh, dropped. That was a mix-up. If Yen dive kicked sooner, it would have hit in the back. Whoa! I think we got life in us for one more. I think I saw an Elena. Are we Elena stands here? I am. Shobaja! Nice, confirm. It's a very satisfying little combo. Dive kick, extend light kick, light dash punch. That's so whack. I knew that, but it's so whack to read it. Or rather, I knew that there were no SF3 characters, and then I knew Elena was coming. But to think that Elena's the only one that made it is so fucked. The Third Strike roster is good as hell.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
It's unreal the mistreatment they've received. Oh. Urian's been like one of the most beloved fighting game characters in every game he's been in, which is not many. It's like Street Fighter EX, Street Fighter 5, and Street Fighter 3. It's unreal that you can have a track record like that and not fucking and have that bad of attendance. He's also a lore important character. Combo.
You win. Battle. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
I wouldn't be mad if they brought FE. That's basically what they did with Poison. Matter of time before Poison finds her way into 6, by the way. But she started as like a fucking prop for another character.
Are you ready? Go.
Well, both of them parrying. It is supposed to be Necro's time. Necro not being in the game is fucked. I need the SF6 to have a huge fucking roster. I need them to support this game for like 7+ years. We got a nice engine. I love that combo. EX up kick into regular up kick. It's funny looking. Shameless parries by the Young. It's fucked up the Young can parry. They should have made it so top tiers can't parry. Anyone below Yang should have had parrying. Anyone above Yang shouldn't have had parrying.
You win.
Oh, here's Yang.
Engage.
Parrying actually introduces quite a lot of risk in many contexts. The reward is good, but the risk is there. So oftentimes a lot of the top tier characters will actually not parry that much because they will avoid and they will try and avoid entering into those kinds of mix-ups when they can kind of win without. It depends. Obviously, if you're good at parrying, you're going to use it. If it's mathematically sound to use, you'll use it. Wow, universal overheaded overheard super one. I've actually done that with Aura. Nice, I think that was a combo. 3 hits? Yep. It's so fancy seeing someone combo out of EX. I mean, out of universal overhead. I find it pretty every time. Ying is so simple, but he is so elegant. Oh, just one crouch light kick into EX Rekka dizzied. That was a fuck up by the Yang. Still got.
You win. Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
One of my dear friends is picking up Luke. And I've been quietly picking up Luke in order to do Luke things. And I must say Luke is actually really fucking fun. Alright, this might sound weird. Tell me if you guys feel this too. In SF6, Luke feels more like Ryu than Ryu does. Am I crazy? Ryu feels like this new entity. That's weird. Same like kicked in combo with the EX guy whenever you didn't get the first ring cancel. It was a range issue or something. Ugh, didn't have meter, I think. I have SF6? What are you even doing? That comboed. That's how good that dive kick was. Comboed into close medium punch. Normally that's like an impossible task. Because close medium punch requires you to be point blank, and a deep dive kick requires you to not be to hit low. But we saw it. KO15 is a masterpiece. I've made a couple tweets retweeting how to like buy it and get into it because it's on mega sale right now. It's like $12 for the game or something. And by God, that game is worth 5 times that. Here's an Elena. Both these characters have kind of middling combos but good mix-ups. But when I say middling combos for Elena, I mean she actually typically just gets single hits.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
The DLC characters are on sale, but you don't get them for the $12. But they're not very expensive. Ugh. He got Rhino Horn. He probably wanted Super. There we go. Elena players be like, hut, hut, hot, hut, hut, hot, hut, hut, hot.
Final round. Go.
Jump light kick. Curse that's normal. Oh, that's great. That's a great initial jump. Should have come down with jump heavy punch though. Then low medium punch and then super.
You win.
If it's in the game, it will be her level 2. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever. I think it's about coin flip whether healing will be in the game or not. On one hand, it is Elena's signature. On the other hand, the well has been poisoned. It's also not very tactical. Healing is uninteresting from a tactics perspective. They obviously tried to make level 2s interesting from a tactics perspective in SF6 as a whole. But it's non-universal. You got some stuff where level 2 is rife with tactics, and then you got some where it's basically just stronger than level 1 but weaker than the level 3. Usually there's some kind of gimmick a level 2 does. Like Lily's level 2 is pretty basic, but the fact that you can do jump in level 2 to beat anti-airs is pretty novel.
Now.
Nope. Akuma's level 2 is pretty uninteresting, but getting the wall splat combos is kind of cool. Oh, it's just done. Command grab here. Okay, never mind. This is not a real match. It's difficult, but it's winnable. Is he no longer a factor, I think. SA1's still a big factor for Makoto. Anyone's game.
You win.
Ken's level 2 is kind of gimmickless. Yeah, it's not even invincible or anything.
Prepare to strike.
That's relatively sauceless. Level 2 right there. It's just that's a good example of one where it's just stronger than his level 1 but weaker than his level 3. I'm sure they were like, you know, well, we want to have Shipu in the game. Ryu's level 2 is, yeah, not super interesting. I think the combo from EX Donkey Kick to level 2 is quite cool, but unfortunately that's where most of the interesting part of level 2 is. And after that it's pretty uninteresting. Ugh. That was nice.
You win.
How fast is Ken's level 2? I knew it was kind of fast. I didn't know it was that fast. It's very rare for a super to be faster than about 7 frames or so.
Now.
And, okay, 6 is quite fast then, yeah. Ed's level 2 is quite good. I don't know if I call it the best in the game, but it's certainly good. I'm more afraid of Rashid's level 2 than Ed's, if I'm being 100% honest. Am I crazy? No, you guys are talking about Rashid's as well. It's kind of the same thing.
Into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Rashid just gets like a guaranteed 2+ mix-ups. And it's not even just like throw mix-ups like it is with Ed's. I wouldn't call it worthless in neutral, but it's definitely not as good as you saw in neutral. Nowhere close.
Final round. Now.
Mostly because Rashid has shit like an overhead. EXDP, you know, sometimes it works. I think towards medium kick is pretty much always minus for Elena. Maybe if it's meaty, it's plus. I don't know how many active frames it has. It's very fast though, unreactable. Nice. Never mind, not nice. Oh, what am I talking about? It's level 2. It's Super 2. Super 1 would have been good there. I do not love this. Okay, Elena managed to find it. I don't think jumping was very good there.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Alex versus Elena. This is like a casual match. Me streaming SF6? Shit, it's been a minute. I should. I still play, but not as much. Yeah, here we go. That's what we do. You can react. That that special move is reactable, and that's the punish. And she can't do anything that makes you up. There's no super cancel or anything like that. They can be pretty hard to react to the lighter EX one though, but it's doable. That's not gonna hit. Whoa! Where's bro's fucking EX chop? Kind of scary. Don't love that. If Elena got the red parry, she won on the spot, but the red parry is pretty scary. If she didn't get the red parry, she died on the spot. She's dead. I knew it would hit. I didn't know it would hit on the first hit, but I knew it would hit on the second at least. Nice. This game is quite scrambly, yes. I think that's one of its selling points. Most players like the scrambliness of it. In particular, when characters get to low HP, there's kind of a parry scramble that goes on, which is quite satisfying. See how Alex just did he just did like dash dash forward parry?
Now,
Oh yes. Both these characters are not very combo-y, which means that both of them are kind of in control of their own characters most of the time. Which means there's quite a lot of neutral. Nice, confirmed. Oh, it looked like a sweep or something. super jump backward hard kick on the way up. That was really bad. Shoulder. Yeah, I think he's getting him in shoulder.
into the heat of battle. Go for it.
Start with a shoulder. Come on. Like slash elbow. Towards medium punch. Decent poke. Not rewarding, but you know. I don't know what that was. Really weird thing to do. Oh! Yamishigura! The setups for that are not super well known because most Ibuki players don't run it. It's quite easy to land. She has a lot of confirms into it.
Fighters ready. Engage.
Instead, medium punch is a particularly nice one. Yamishigura is Ibuki's only conventional super. You can just hit confirm into it and stuff. It's very fast and has decent range. You choose the range before you, or when you use it. The meter is also quite short. The damage is shitty though. And she can only hold one of them, which is not great.
Go.
It lets her do like traditional things. Ibuki SA1 is a very atypical super. It's good, but it's atypical. Oh, that's gonna combo fully, I think. Never mind. I was pretty sure, but I was wrong. That stand strong right there was a super confirm, but he didn't get it. But whatever. Alright, please let it be the Ibuki again, and please still bring Yamishigura. Please, please, please. Damn it.
Into the heat of battle. Go.
SA1 Alex. Spotted. SA1 is really bad. It's like bottom 5 supers in the game. So it's like a 2-frame super, which sounds fast, or it might be 3 frames, I don't remember. But you can jump out of it post-freeze, yeah. So you have to actually land it as a punish. And the range is very shit. The range is not as good as, say, a light power bomb. So it's, even though a lot of attacks are minus in this game, it's actually pretty hard to get it as a punish on stuff, because the range is so shitty. Almost any attack that's minus will push the opponent out of the range. That might hit. Yep, it got him. Bomb! After anti-air parry is a very decent time to land it.
Fighters ready. Engage.
You can also cancel into it, or just link it from medium or heavy chop, and then it has a different animation and does more damage. But medium and heavy chop are pretty hard to land, unless you dizzy the opponent. As you get a juggle there. He had towards hard punch or something. He went for better. He went for stand medium punch into combo. You can do like stand medium punch, EX knee. But he missed the stand medium punch. Very nice. There's the DDT. We saw it. Spiral DDT. Alex's forgotten special move. Stylish way to kill someone.
Fighters ready.
Still SA1.
Engage.
Anyway, your only hope of landing Alex SA1 for the most part is parrying, which is a very feasible way to land it. So it's not useless. You wish it was stronger. It's not as strong as Hugo SA1. It feels like it should be that strong. You went for the parry. Oh, he misjudged the range. That can be 2 parries or 3 based on how far away Yan is.
Are you ready? Go.
I thought it would probably be 3, but I wasn't sure. It was like on the cusp. Oh! That was a back turn chop. Alex didn't get the combo though. So a bad dive kick can be minus enough that SA1 can punish it, I suppose. So that is technically on the table. Nice. That's wild that Yun just air reset Alex, and then his post reset was down light kick and cancel top kicks right away. It's just an insane read. Oh, there goes the Alex. SA1 Hugo. Typically, Hugo's run that in this matchup. SA3 is probably not unviable though. A lot of Hugos basically just run SA3 in every matchup, and there are Hugos who run SA1 in every matchup. It's kind of a player thing. They're both good. It is Tweety Bird. He's got the big old cage back there too. Oh, that was it? Parry into stuff? Scary. It's probably over. It's over. If Hugo can land SA1 in the beginning of this round somewhere, he'll probably win the round, and then he'll probably have SA1 pretty early in round 3. So there's a clear path to victory still. Alternatively, Hugo can just win without using SA1 at all, and then he'll have it at the start of round 3. It's looking quite viable. Spray parry, but not a weird one. Nice. I would have beaten that. I would have found a way. There's so much going on this fucking stage. I honestly really like this stage. In particular, I like how Hugo's weight throws everything around. Having a stage that interacts with the person on that stage is great. It's only Hugo landing that fucking causes the impacts. And you know, stuff like that. Backdashing is a very viable thing to do when Yun activates, but it's weird seeing Hugo do it, because his backdash is not very good. Okay, this is looking pretty free. The Yun's really killing it. Oh, this is over. This whiff punish, yeah. I was thinking he was going to do whiff punish shoulder, but he did whiff punish towards hard punch and it still worked. It was very obviously down medium kick. Ibuki. SA3? SA1. SMH in my head. Oh, nice. Challenged. Yun did not activate, though. No, dropped. Not easy. Nice. Good comeback. The kunai post EXTP was enlightened. That's what won him the round. That hit's radically different than if Ibuki comes down just attacking. It's possible to reaction red parry the third hit of light punch DC, but one, it's not free. You have to react pretty quickly, and it's a red parry, so two things that make it kind of difficult. And then two, if you drop it, Yun gets like his cancel and potentially fucks you up. So overall, a pretty risky red parry, even though it's a rewarding one. One of the YouTube shorts recommended on this is showing a guy dicing an onion, and it says don't do this, and he's doing a horizontal cut on the onion. And I must admit that when I dice onions, I do that. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Kane got an actual True Blue autocorrect on Ibuki dashing through him with her fucking forward dash. Ibuki has an extremely whack forward dash in this game. That was nice.
Fighters ready. Engage.
She's got a forward dash that goes through opponents, which can situationally be really useful or really annoying. And then she's got a command dash that doesn't go through opponents, that she takes bonus damage if she's hit out of it. It's like even more damage than you take when you're hit crouching. Nice. Good confirm. Yep. Whoa. It's not a horrible punish. Generally, you want to do medium kick into your cancel, but light kick, medium kick makes it a little bit more consistent timing-wise.
Are you ready? Go.
Medium kick is slower than light kick, medium kick. Nice. Yeah, that's how we play third strike. Oh, I like that. Oh my god, he got it. That's, that requires no car on Necro. His starter was fine. I wonder if he needed the car at his range. Because he got a low medium kick starter, which allows for it, but he didn't get it point blank. Nice, looks good. Also looks good. Alright, back strong, huge threat. Oh, super cancel. Oh, he didn't have it. He didn't have super cancel. Car Shoryu is not too bad in my experience. I do the DP motion and just hold the down forward from the DP. And then I car heavy kick, fly punch. I think technically speaking, doing it from low medium kick is better than the heavy kick because if you fuck it up, there's less commitment. But I do it with heavy kick because I play on pad and that's easier.
Now for battle. Fighters ready. Engage.
Nice. He mashed it, thinking Ken would parry, and Ken didn't parry. You don't get a juggle if that happens, but you are safer against fairies. Third strike often makes you do judgments like that. There are certain tactics that work less well, don't work so well against better opponents. So before you use those tactics, you gotta consider your opponent's skill level. And the general pacing of the round. Oh. Alright, the position is great for the Necro. Oh, that would have led to a dizzy. Unfortunate. Huge threat still. Necro could still win at any moment with a super confirm. Anyone's game, even now. Now it's over.
Final round. Engage.
Oh, he just did it anyway. Yeah, King can punish that pretty easily. I can punish it as Zoro, but it's tricky. I don't have anything mid-range that hits fast. So it's like my EXTP. Okay.
You win. Are you ready? Go.
They both forward dash, but Necro's goes a lot farther and takes a little longer than Ken's. Nice, got 4 hits. Smashed pretty fast. That was a double DP setup, but I wonder if it wasn't point blank because it didn't look possible. Probably with Kara it was gonna work, and maybe even without Kara it would have worked, but he didn't get it regardless. This isn't gonna kill? No, it's gonna kill.
Fighters ready.
I'm high.
Engage.
That was the killiest kill ever. Bar strong getting grabbed, I think. Looking good. Yep, that was a great fadeaway, but unfortunately he did low short instead of say back strong. These back throws. Oh wow, wake up my BDP. I mean, Ken wasn't dead if that was blocked. Still a game to be played. I was watching some KF13 today. 13's a masterpiece. But one thing I was reminded of was the characters who have combos from throw in the corner. Such as Chin, such as Benimaru, such as Kenso. I think there are 4, but I don't remember who the other one is. There might be more, I honestly don't remember. It's cool that you can do that in this game too. How would you make that fair in SF6? That's the thing about old fighting games, is that every now and then there's just some weird ass shit. And there's no attempt to make it fair in the spectrum of the engine. Instead they just try and have all the characters have an equal amount of unfair stuff. Nice. That was really good.
You win. Fighters ready. Engage.
Oh no, enough time has passed. We're just watching Ken versus Yang. Every a-cho video eventually becomes Ken versus Yang. I'm quite tired. And I'm waking up in a little less than 6 hours from my hospital shift, and I really want to make a good showing, so I've got to leave soon. How much is left in this video? Not very much. You guys have me for 4 minutes. Make it count. Ugh, that was a very unsafe fireball. Yang unfortunately got far strong when I'm sure he wanted close strong. Probably he could have done the medium kick. Yang typically can punish a lot of different stuff, but if crouch medium kick isn't good enough, then you often have to spend an EX, which is annoying. You often need some kind of route into EX Rekka. Yang's very EX reliant, which is good and bad because he is what I would call the game's best EX move. I wouldn't call Hakan a sure thing for anything ever, but you do you. Hakan would be really fun in the scope of SF6. Maybe he can move during dry parry. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? You're holding dry parry and he can scoot forward and back. I think we'd all enjoy that. Looks good. Oh, dropped it. He could have just kept doing Rekkas. Maki would actually be great. Look at that. That's beautiful. Down heavy punch actually got parried on both hits, and yet Ken's punish didn't connect. Cheap. I'd be mad. But as the Yang player, I'd be like, mad because bad. That's a nice parry. I'm a little interested, but I have made no plans regarding it. I don't even know when it's coming out. I haven't done any home research. Waiting on Duck King reveal. Who's the Jamaican guy from Fatal Fury? Is he in? I don't remember his name. Bob. How'd I forget a name like Bob? Actually, Bob is very forgettable. Is he Brazilian? Shit. I was thinking it was something Wilson. Am I crazy? Is his name Bob Wilson? Oh, it is Bob Wilson. He's Brazilian? I never knew. Now I feel dumb. Oh. Well, we've got 2 minutes left. What a way to end it.
Go.
Ryu versus Ken. The old standby. Looking a little dire for our good friend Ryu. Is that every hit? Timeout. Did Ryu not mesh? Bro got all 6 hits. Who doesn't mesh? Alright, Ryu landed a hit. We're in. Okay. That was a great parry and a great low strong. Unfortunately, he didn't do anything from it, but I understand. Yake's fireball was not very wise to spend there. You kind of had to hold that L. I don't know if low strong can go into Yake's donkey kick. I don't think it can. Close medium kick does, and then all his heavies. I don't know if anything else does. Okay, looks good. Want to learn, but haven't. Probably may not. I don't know. An SF6? Let me think. If I could magically learn any character, a character who I could feasibly learn and I just haven't bothered to do it yet is Manon. But if I could just magically know how to play any character, who would it be? I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh no, oh no! I was thinking it was anyone's game and then Ryu did block the XDP. Oh, it's over. Who doesn't Shippu cancel there? Oh, this is still anyone's game. This is still anyone's game. Never mind. Good old wake up super. GG. I gotta go to bed.